I'd like to welcome everyone to the November 2025 CLEG meeting. My name is Cedric Sutherland from the Arlington County Planning Division, and I'm the staff liaison to this group. The purpose of this CLEG meeting is to provide a forum for the restaurant community and residents to address concerns and issues that may arise from the concentration of live entertainment uses in the Clarendon neighborhood. I would like to thank everybody for attending. And before we begin, I would like to cover a few items to orient everyone to the virtual environment. Today's meeting is available to stream from the county website via Microsoft Teams link. There's also a dial-in phone option for those who wish to use it, or if you lose internet connectivity during today's meeting, please reconnect with us by phone. Please keep your video turned off and microphone muted until you are called on. These tools are located as icons on your toolbar. If you do not see this toolbar, try tapping or clicking on the center of your screen and it will pop up. All public comments must be shared verbally for the record. When called upon to speak, you must unmute yourself by clicking on the microphone icon. We won't have the ability to unmute you. If you are dialing in by phone, press *6 to unmute. When you're finished speaking, please mute your microphone again. Lastly, this is a public forum, and today's meeting will be recorded and posted to the county website. All information associated with today's meeting, whether written or spoken, is subject to the Freedom of Information Act requirements. In terms of question and answers, persons who wishing to ask a question, we'd like to ask that you use the raise your hand function, or if that presents an issue, just leave a question in the meeting chat window. This function is available by clicking the icon that should be in the upper right of your screen. We encourage turning on your video when asking a question if you like. However, please remember to turn off the video and mute yourself again once you finish speaking. Now, I would like to start the meeting by taking roll call of representatives from member establishments and the community groups. I'll start by noting some of the establishments that I see present already. I've marked them. I see that Barbell is present. O'Sullivan's is present. Don Tito is present. Wilson Hardware is present. Ambar is present. Renegade is present. Clarendon Ballroom is present. A new establishment, Salo, is present. Next, I'll call members who I haven't identified already here. Lion Hall. All right. Spider Kelly's.
John LeMay here from Spider Kelly's.
Thank you. Northside Social. Mexicali Blues. All right. Liberty Tavern.
Thank you.
Buena Vida. Smokecraft.
We're here.
All right, thank you. Nettie's. BOE. Hello?
Justin Snyder Bow.
Okay, thank you. Hyde Social. Excuse me. East West Cafe. Laley. Let me scratch Laley off because I believe they've closed. They since closed. I'm sorry about that. Mr. Days.
Bobby Lee, Mr. Dave.
All right, thank you. And I'll take roll at the end of the meeting. Andrew, if you could please remind me so I don't have a mistake like the last meeting. Forget to take roll at the end.
Will do.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me pull up. Give me a second. All right. Can everybody see the slide? Give me a thumbs up.
Yep, we can see it.
All right, thank you. All right.
Yeah, we can see it.
Thank you. So I'll go over the agenda for today.
How about
First,
neighborhoods?
hello.
How about neighborhoods?
Oh, thank you, John. I'm sorry. All right. I see that you and Andy are present from Lion Village. Is there anyone from Lion Park here? Clarendon Courthouse Civic Association.
This is Scott Barton. I'm president at Clarendon Courthouse Civic Association.
All right, thank you, Scott. Ashton Heights Civic Association. Clarendon Alliance. Chamber of Commerce. Is anyone else from the neighborhood group that I did not call on? Who's present? Who's present at this meeting? Hello?
But not a member of the association.
Can you repeat your name, please? I'm sorry.
Sure. Anya, Anya McMurray.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Chris from Oasis, the listening bar.
Okay.
Mexicali is here too.
All right. Thank you. All right. All right. So again, as I said before, I'll take a roll again at the end of the meeting as people continue to join online. Some people may have technical difficulties getting in. So we'll regroup at the end of the meeting. Again, as I said, go back. Let's go over updates from staff, public safety with police and fire, public health with if a brief overview of vector control and who to contact. Zoning will provide an update, code enforcement, and then I'll go over some items regarding the use permits upcoming, and we'll go through community feedback and restaurant group comments. So I'd like to start with public safety. You start with police.
Good afternoon, Cedric. Thank you. And good evening to all you. I'm Corporal April Robinson with the Business Outreach Unit. In the room with me, I have Mo Rouse and then Sergeant Matt Rabinskis. And then also online, we have Lieutenant Riccio, Deputy Chief Drew, and then Captain Kingan as well. I'll hand it off to Mo to discuss.
Thank you, Corporal. Once again, not once again, but hello, everyone. I'm Mo Rouse with the Business Outreach Unit, and with Corporal April Robinson, together we oversee the Business Outreach Unit as well as the Arlington Restaurant Initiative. And we're reconnecting with our partners to gather input and identify ways to involve ARI both for the year and beyond. We want.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can y'all turn on your video so people
Oh, yeah.
can see?
Sorry. Sorry about
no
that.
problem.
All right.
No problem. Thank
Sorry. I'll start over. For those who may not have, well, you didn't see me, but I'm sure you heard me, but I'll start over again. Once again, we apologize for that. But I'm Mo Rouse, and I co-lead the business outreach unit with Corporal April Robinson. And together we oversee the business outreach unit and the Arlington Restaurant Initiative. So what we're doing, we're reconnecting with our partners, and we're gathering input and identifying ways to evolve ARI for the remainder of this year and of course beyond. And enforcement zoning, we like to thank those folks, enforcement zoning, other departmental agencies, as well as the Virginia ABC Authority, in addition to strengthening relationships leading to ARI accreditation and recertification. We are also focused on updating and enhancing a variety of trainings, including the VHC, ACFD, which is our Arlington Fire Department, of course, hands to hard CPR training, the fire marshal lead occupancy, fire code training, public health food code training, Narcan administrative training, security training, and other specific trainings, among others. We are also planning to connect with other agencies that have a dedicated nightlife detail to compare logistics, technology, and the overall efficiency of our programs. So our continued focus is on rebuilding trust and fostering strong relationships with restaurant owners, managers, staff, and security teams. Our intent is to prioritize education on key issues impacting businesses, reinforcing the department's commitment to supporting private establishments and safeguarding their employees and patrons through a variety of training opportunities and safety programs, as mentioned some of them just now. So as we continue to rebuild, our focus remains on strengthening, as I said, on partnerships with key community stakeholders, including the Roslyn bid, the Boston bid, the Clarendon Alliance, the Langston Boulevard Alliance, Columbia Pike Partnership, National Landing bid, and the Arlington Chamber of Commerce. And at the same time, we are also working on reestablishing a strong collaboration with external parties such as public health, the Arlington Fire Department, code enforcement, zoning, and other departments, agencies, as well as Virginia ABC, as I stated earlier. I also want to give out kudos to the following restaurants that have collected the most fake IDs from May of this year through the current time. So Clarendon Ballroom, 238, Wilson Hardware, 111, Spider Kelly, 62, and those are the top three. And we will be issuing certificates during our training start once we restart. And also, we would like to give a big shout out to those participants that participated in the Sober Ride event, Public Health, Fire Department, ARI, AARI, RAT, and Doorways. So thank you. Open for any questions you may have.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have representatives for fire. Oh, Captain Dwyer, you're muted.
Thank you, Cedric, very much. My name is Captain William Dwyer. I'm Assistant Fire Marshal in charge of investigations and operations. All online with us today is Chief Fire Marshal Matthew Cobb. And also newly joining us is Captain Daniel Douglas, who is going to be taking over our community outreach and business outreach positions, working very closely with Mr. Robert Roos and the ACPD. Our function here is basically to join in partnership with everyone here, and especially the ARI initiative, to try to help ensure that everyone is well trained, both in what the fire code requires, but also in helping to ensure that occupancies do not become overcrowded, and that mitigation steps can be taken when the time comes. As many of you know, the fire department, along with specifically the fire marshal's office, along with code enforcement and zoning, have been out 2 weekends, actually 2 weekend nights a month, working with the Clarendon Nightlife Detail in order to help ensure that occupancies are not overcrowded, that things are up to fire code standard. We've had great relationships with everyone that we've interacted with in the establishments. We've been met with nothing but appreciation, and we greatly value the partnership. It's been about a half-year long initiative at this time. We'll be continuing into 2026. And as many of you may have seen me out and about, may have seen my other partners out and about as well. And we are here as a resource for you, both in helping to solve any fire code concerns you may have, any questions you may have, and helping you to solve any occupancy issues that you may have. So please feel free at any time to ask us for assistance or questions when we're out with you. And we look forward to working with you in the coming year. Like Mr. Roos, I offer myself up right now for any questions anybody might have. Sorry about that. That's my dog.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And next, I believe presentation back up. You have presentation public health. And again, they have a slide talking about vector control. Somebody in public health here to speak to it.
Yes, Mike Savannah, that's me. Good evening. With the Vector Control Office with Public Health, this is one of our slides to let you know that we are here to offer service. We respond to service requests. You can put your request online or you can call it in. We have 24 hours to respond to a request for a rodent inside, and 72 hours to respond to a rodent outside once you put your request in. Now, as far as for the commercial establishment, most of my problems dealing with rodent issues with some of the clients have overflowing trash on certain days, trash issues. And also some of the dumpsters are missing the drain plugs at the bottom. They're allowing the rodents to feed. And also another complaint is the grease containers overflowing with grease on the outside, and that's another food source for the rodents. So those are my top 3 issues for attracting rodents. And if you have any questions or any problems dealing with rodent issues, feel free to put a request in and we'll respond at appropriate time. And myself, I'm one inspector of 2. My other partner is John Orr. He's online. Also, he's pretty much covered the south part of Arlington. Myself, I covered the north part of Arlington. So if you ever have any questions or any concern, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And next, we'll have a representative from code enforcement. We'll come back to code enforcement. Let's see. Next, we have zoning.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Shura. I'm a zoning inspector on the CLEG group. And about 2 weekends a month, I also go out with Captain Dwyer with Fire Marshal's office and sometimes code enforcement. And we just go there. We're here to educate, make sure the establishments that have live entertainment use permits are in compliance with those use permits, and just to show our face, if they have any questions about anything. So I look forward to being a member of this group.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And next, I will present on planning related matters. Give me a second to get my stuff up. Excuse me. All right. So one of the updates that we have at the May County Board meeting during the review of the CLEG groups, the county board identified 4 establishments to come back for their review at the January 2026 county board meeting. Those establishments are listed here: Barbell, Don Tito, Buena Vita, and Clarendon Ballroom. And so that will be scheduled for a county board review at that time. Staff will start to go out and conduct inspections related to that review schedule. Another update for the rest of the CLEG body at May of next year, we'll have the biennial or the biennial administrative reviews that will be conducted throughout the spring. So probably starting late March through April, early May, you'll notice requests for inspections from code enforcement and zoning as well, similar to what will be expected in January. Also, we have a new establishment that's tentatively scheduled for the December County Board meeting. CELO or SALO. I believe Mike is here. He can correct me if I'm wrong on the pronunciation, but they are proposing DJs and bands. CLO. Okay.
Yeah.
They're proposing DJs and bands. No dancing. And Mike, if you want to just pop on and introduce yourself to the group. I believe you're a new player in the game in the area, so it'll be helpful for everybody to see your face and hear from you. Put you on the spot. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. No, thank you, Cedric. Well, I mean, I've been in Arlington for a long time. Actually, believe it or not, my first job was in the same building. I used to work at the Red Hot and Blue Express back in 2000. So I've been part of Arlington for a very long time, and I'm happy to try and get back a little bit nowadays. Our new concept is going to be a restaurant/bar for a little bit of the older ages. You know, if me and my wife are going out nowadays, we want a spot where we can go sit down and have a nice drink and a nice meal and enjoy the night. So hopefully we're going to add a little bit of that to the community, not that there isn't enough already. And I'm excited to work with everybody. I definitely know most of the restaurants and bars in the area, so I'm excited to work with everybody.
Where are you located?
Right above TD Bank. We're on the 2nd floor, the old goat space.
All right, thank you, Mike, for that introduction of yourself. Yes, Scott.
Yeah, I have a question. The original application materials, it definitely included a dance floor. So I'm curious, what's changed in your conception of the restaurant subsequent to that?
I mean, originally we never were supposed to have a dance floor. I mean, we always had tables. I don't understand why they took those tables out. We were supposed to have tables in the space that we do not plan on moving. It was supposed to be a more elevated position. There was an article that we put out. I mean, I believe there was a miscommunication with our architect where he thought that the table should be something that we can remove. And I was like, no, we don't plan on moving these tables. Like, we spent a lot of money on this furniture.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't know if you needed more information or not.
Thank you. And next, wanted to provide an update at the last meeting, I brought to the group's attention one of the issues that we saw during the county board review at the establishments leading into May was non-compliance with the tips condition. Asked the group, especially the restaurant operators, what were the issues with that? Are there any hurdles, any ways that staff could help enhance compliance? And so one of the things that we heard was that the specific tips branded training is very costly, and that there are other certifications that Virginia ABC allows that are either free or very low cost for establishments to provide to their staff. So we updated the standards tip condition to add language that says or equivalent training accepted by Virginia ABC. So as we come into these reviews for January and the administrative reviews for May, we hope to see greater compliance with this. It's always getting new staff, especially this time of year. People are coming back from school that may get a quick seasonal job or something. There are these free options that are available to you to get them quickly trained up and have their certification. Next is general reminders. As always state, the restaurant business is high turnover, so please, periodically review your live entertainment conditions so everybody's aware of what's allowed, what's not allowed, things of that sort. And again, tips training. As you get new staff, make sure as a part of the onboarding process, you can get them that training so everybody could be compliant with use permit conditions. With that being said, I'll turn it over to the community, see if anybody had any feedback from the items that were presented today, or any other concerns that may have not been raised during the discussion.
Yeah, this is Andy Rude with Lion Village.
Yes.
Just a couple things. One is I just want to say thanks to the establishments who are following the terms of their use permits, which includes most of the folks who are on this call this afternoon. And I'd also like to thank some of the enforcement bodies, I guess for lack of a better word, particularly the police and zoning, for helping to enforce terms of the live entertainment permits. And anyway, the effort on all your guys' parts has really made things a whole lot better for the neighborhood. So thank you very much for that. And secondly, I was wondering what the live entertainment permit, what the status of the live entertainment may be for Clarendon 54.
Yes, Andrew, and I did get your email yesterday. The status of that, they withdrew their application, so it's no longer going forward.
Okay. Yeah, okay, great. And lastly, I understand there have been a couple of code enforcement complaints regarding some trash which is piled up. At least two establishments were cited here. That's Bo and Nettie's, and wondering if and how they may have been addressed.
Andrew, there seems to be a mix-up. So
Yeah.
I don't have anybody on code enforcement here
okay.
at this present moment. But what I can do is I'll follow up with you.
I can
via
speak
email.
on Bo's behalf if needed.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So I mean, with Nettie's, so we have KMG. It's the same trash company.
Yeah.
With Nettie's, I spoke to Reese over there multiple times. We have now our trash pickup just on our dumpsters. We have 3 days a week now.
Okay.
So ours is taken care of on Bo's end. When it comes to Reese's pickup days, I'm not sure. I told him he probably at least needs to get 2. I didn't hear anybody on this call from that group. But that being said, on our end, we have 3 days, and we've had 3 days for probably the last month.
Okay. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it. That's it. That's it for me.
Thank you, Andy. John?
Cedric, I got a couple points. First of all, I'd like to also express the thanks that Andy did to all the establishments that are, trying to follow all the rules and guidelines and operating a responsible establishment in the community, which, means a lot to everybody in the community. So just as Andy said, we really appreciate that. The second thing is, and this was probably just an oversight, but I noticed when the police talked, they didn't mention a partnership with a neighborhood. They mentioned everybody else. And many of those individuals are not at this meeting, but the neighborhood wasn't mentioned. And I'll just give a little history, and that is back when the program started, when they wanted to really improve the situation there in Clarendon, Jim Misteris and Sam worked very hard to build up that program. Unfortunately, the program's not as strong since they've left, but Jim and Sam worked very closely with the neighborhoods as they did with everybody else. So I just want to mention that we want to be a part of those partnerships, and so we want to be on your radar screen. And the other thing I want to mention here is I'm disappointed that code enforcement didn't show up. This is, twice a year that we get to have a public forum with them, and they can't even make the meeting. This is harking back to the way it used to be, where they would rarely come to the meetings, although they were the primary enforcement people for noise violations and code violations and that sort of thing. So, and finally, I'd just like to say, I appreciated, Mr. Vector from Public Health, where he shared his contact information. That would be useful for code enforcement and also zoning to do the same thing with the community here. So I'd appreciate it if you could follow up and give us that sort of contact information. And finally, I want to say we appreciate the efforts by the enforcement people to go out there, at least twice a month and look for, try and encourage people not to have any violations. But we'd like to maintain some kind of communication and real-time contact with them. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Cedric, can I just step in real quick? Sorry.
Yes.
Hey, John, we appreciate that. We apologize for not mentioning that. We would love to rebuild that partnership within the business outreach unit. There's been some turnover. So Mo and I are pretty much brand new within this unit. We would love to meet with not just your community, but, all the civic associations over there that are directly related to the Clarendon.
Yeah. And Chief Cobb.
Yeah, thank you. And I just want to echo what April just stated. We definitely want to be more involved with the community as well. We've onboarded this new position with Captain Douglas that you met in the beginning of the meeting. That's one of his primary goals, is to communicate not only with the businesses but also with the community and work better with our partners in PD as well as code enforcement. So he's less than a month on, trying to take a lot of information in through fire hose, if you will. But that is our goal to foster and to reestablish some of those relationships.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aaron or Daryl, do you want to speak to the contact for zoning matters?
Yes, for the contact for zoning matters, I am the inspector in charge for the zoning enforcement team, so and probably will be for the foreseeable future. So what I can do is put my contact information in the chat, so you all can feel free to reach out as needed.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions or topics that want to be raised from any of our community members? Go. Hello.
From Ashton Heights, and I just also wanted to thank the folks who are following the rules, and wanted to specifically call out one entity who is not, but appreciate all of the work that we've worked closely with Corporal Robinson and Mo and others around the Arlington Beer Garden, which I think is really giving many of the rest of you a bad name in the neighborhood. I think my hope is that we've resolved that problem, but it took far too long from a neighborhood perspective for an entity that it turns out, at least as far as I understand at this point, didn't even have a live use music permit, despite the fact that for months on end, they were promoting around the DMV and attracting hundreds and occasionally thousands of people to that location. So really want to figure out a way to not have that happen again and improve communication across the process and enforcement across the process, and appreciate that you're going out on your weekends. Know that that's really hard to do, but from a community perspective, it feels like there's a pretty big gap when somebody has to apply for a permit, but it's not clear to any of the enforcement entities if they have a permit, and it's not easily accessible information from the public. Basically makes it impossible to do anything about, even in a case that I think was as egregious as that one.
Thank you. Daryl, you want to speak
Thanks,
to that?
Cedric. Sure. So my name is Daryl Smith. I'm the zoning enforcement supervisor. So when on that piece you just spoke on, I can make a commitment on my end from a zoning enforcement perspective, to be more to communication is essential. So we want to do everything on our part to make sure that we are informed about all any updated permits or any updated logs that happen on inspections, that our inspection notes are as up to date as possible, which I think Aaron has and Noah, who I don't think he's on the call, but they've done a fantastic job up to this point, and we will continue to, inform the community as well as make sure that our system is up to date with all the proceedings that go on with these particular inspections, whether it relates to the inspection, the contents of what happened during the inspection, or any related permits that have been applied for that are under review. We can certainly make sure that information is accessible for us in terms of being prepared to present that information when asked. And we also can, as well, guide people to where to go to look for that same information when applicable.
And I just wanted to piggyback off what Daryl said. I was looking at the Beer Garden CO actually earlier today, and their last approved date to operate is this Saturday, I believe, November 22nd. So,
yeah, and to the beer garden matter, I will say that they did have an application for a farmer's market there, and we tried very hard to use that as a sticking carrot for compliance. They ended up withdrawing their application because they understood that the county will pay attention to the activities there, and so I think it does work. Doing compliance in the manner from zoning code enforcement does take a little time. I know it's frustrating when the people keep doing the same thing over and over again, but there's a lengthy process. I don't know how often you watch county board meetings, but the Tuesday meeting, I believe, I forget what item it was, but I think it was the item on the Edmonds motor site right outside Ashton Heights. The county manager responded to a question. He gave a pretty good answer about why it takes so long to get it resolved. And it's frustrating. It seems like we're not doing stuff, but we're following the process because it can be long. And then to get to the litigious point, we have to have all our ducks in a row. And then that takes up more county resources and time. What we're trying to do is compel compliance. And so if you go back and watch that, I think he gives a very good explanation about why. He also, there's a question about, stepping up our enforcement. We are coming up on our budget season. And so if that's something that you would like to see, that's an opportunity for you to speak to the county board and the county manager's office to see if they can make that a priority. So zoning staff and code enforcement staff can go out there more more days a month or a week, and things of that sort. So we are trying, and thanks to our to my friends in Lion Village who have seen that our colleagues are trying to better coordinate with each other internally and work with the community from the business side and the residential side as well. Is there any other comments from the community?
I really appreciate that. The only additional thing I'd like to say is and I don't know what the right answer is here, but from a community perspective, I felt like we had to, and many of my neighbors had to abuse the 311 system, repeatedly calling and, basically asking police to do something that they're not equipped to do. We just didn't know what the right entry point was. And it felt like, it just, it's not an efficient use of county resources. And yet
Understood.
it was, so it really, if, as you are carrying the message forward, and I hear you on engaging with the board, and we'll absolutely do that as well. But it feels like it looks so pretty on paper. It's all a beautiful flow chart. But in the real world, it just doesn't work. So anything we can do to try to tighten that up and see us as a partner in that is what we're looking for. You all are doing the right thing. We're not beating you up. You're doing a great job.
Right. I understand. I appreciate that. I think one of the things that people don't realize is Arlington County is Dillon Rule and the Mother May I. And so the powers that are afforded to the county manager, to our police, are very limited, and that authority comes from the Commonwealth legislature. And so I know above my pay grade, there have been talks of trying to figure out ways that the county manager can assert his authority a little bit faster to resolve these matters. I don't know where that discussion has landed. Again, that's outside of my sphere of influence, but those are some of the things, and it frustrates us on the staff side as well, because it's a time waster. We wish we had that authority to just to shut something down at the moment that we see that there's a significant problem. But I think we're continuing to discuss that internally outside of anything that I know of, but I've heard rumblings. So please stay tuned and, press your elected officials and things of that sort. And hopefully we can get something that helps everybody.
Cedric, just real quick, Drew at Smokecraft here, adding to that point, there's a notable body that's not included in these meetings that should be, which is VABC. VABC has the ability to pull anyone's liquor license at any time for reasons, and if there are community complaints and regarding alcohol service, then VABC should be involved, and especially as ARI is being rebuilt around VABC laws, I would think that Virginia ABC should be involved with these meetings moving forward. Just 2 cents on that.
Thank you. I know from my perspective and some of my colleagues' perspective, from the planning side, we've had some difficulty getting that connection with Virginia ABC. If you have a point person, somebody that you talk to regularly, that would be a great help. I know ABC have changed their posture about how they're going about enforcement. They, several years ago, they've changed their posture a little bit from more of policing to more of administrative type of activity. So that's been some consternation there as well. Any other questions from the community? All right. With that, we'll like to hear any feedback from any members of the restaurant group from what they heard today, or bring up something that maybe we're not aware of to help for discussion. So please feel free to raise your hand to speak or interject. All right. With that being said, we can wrap this meeting up. As a reminder, for those 4 establishments, we have the January county board reviews coming up. I've reached out to those establishments individually and let them know what the expectations are. Also, for the rest of the group, we have administrative reviews coming up in May. So please be aware that code enforcement and zoning will start coming out sometime in the spring to start conducting those inspections. Then lastly, we'll have spring CLEG meeting in May of 2026 to be determined. And also I wanted to mention, I forgot to bring up during my presentation, beginning of the year, I'll send out an email blast to the restaurant groups so they can update their contact information with new persons coming and going. And so we can have that up to date. And thank you for raising your hand, Andrew. Before we conclude, I'd like to do the roll again for people who were not present at the time at the beginning of the meeting. So we'll start Lion Hall.
Sorry.
All right. Liberty Tavern.
I've been taking notes. I can walk over to Lion Hall in a minute and pass those notes along, just in case you're wondering.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. Northside
Yep.
Social. Anybody from Buena Vita? All right. Nettie's. Hyde Social. East West Cafe. All right. Lion Park. Clarendon Alliance. I believe I saw someone
I'm
from
here.
Clarendon Alliance here.
This is
All right,
Tina.
thank you. All right, thank you. And then Chamber of Commerce. All right. As always, for the restaurant businesses, or anybody else who has a business in the community, if you're facing some hardships and need some assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to Economic Development. They're here to assist all businesses in the community. So please feel free to contact them. Again, my name is Cedric Sutherland. I can be reached. My phone number is 703-228-3589. And my email, csutherland@arlingtonva.us. With that concludes this meeting. I hope everybody has a great rest of their evening and a great holiday season and a new year.
Thanks, Cedric.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Cedric.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.